Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So did you guys know that Bitcoin prepares for even more hodling? That's right, despite the fact that the halving just happened a couple weeks ago. More people are holding Bitcoin now in hopes that the price is going to rise dramatically. So since the halving, the price, rather than taking off as many predicted, had teetered not by a massive amount, but a drop by $1,000, give or take, as manifested over the past 2 weeks, seems to have shocked market players. However, it would seem that this movement of Bitcoin is creating a stark demarcation in the market between those who are in the cryptocurrency game for the long haul and those who are in it for a quick fix. Now, I'm talking, guys, about Bitcoin right now, but this is like an allegory for the entire crypto space because we know when Bitcoin moves, the rest of the market moves along with it. So looking at the hodl waves of Bitcoin, a metric which indicates the number of Bitcoins dormant over a period of time, it was found that 60% of all BTC on the blockchain has not been moved in the past year. So 60%, the majority. People aren't moving it because they realized that Bitcoin, despite the fact that it had tumbled down but also rallied, 60% of BTC on the block has not been moved in the past year. This would mean that most Bitcoins on the blockchain in sheer volume are held by market players with a hodling mindset. According to the history of the hodl waves pattern, the last time so many Bitcoins were left unmoved was in 2016, a phase that led to the bull run of late 2017. So we're seeing this new indicator here, the hodl waves of Bitcoin, and it's appearing that we are in the same pattern as we were in 2016 after the, I'm just going to put on Bitcoin here, guys, on the daily. 2016, right before the massive bull run, where we saw Bitcoin go to an all-time high of 20,000 by the end of 2017. So this is 2016 here, okay? And we just saw Bitcoin rally for 2 straight years. And then it finally came down in 2018. So a hodling mentality, is there more to it than meets the eye? Are there more institutional investors in Bitcoin now, realizing that the price is just primed to rise? And for our other cryptocurrencies as well, for our other investments, we will of course see movement with XRP as an example in the next bull run. Right now, Bitcoin though trading at 91.22, and we're seeing XRP trading at about 20 cents, just shy of 20 cents, 0.198 cents. We saw a little bit of movement over the last few hours. Let me just put it on the hourly here. Right, so a little bit of movement up here. It hit a high of about 20, coming right back down again. That's XRP and Bitcoin. Movement here on the hourly. So we are seeing a bit of a pump right now. Hodlers, just keep hodling. And guys, this new partnership by 2 behemoths, MoneyGram and Uber, now launch a partnership to support drivers during the global pandemic. So this just happened yesterday. A global leader in cross-border P2P payments and money transfers today announced a partnership with Uber to provide drivers and delivery couriers a discount on digital money transfers sent to family and friends in over 200 countries and territories. Well, you know how they're able to do that, guys. Integrating RippleNet using XRP for ODL, being able to send payments efficiently, quickly, and cheaply, so it's not costing them very much, but it's a great partnership because Uber, of course, one of the behemoths in the Silicon Valley tech space. A lot of end users use Uber to get around, so we're thrilled to launch this partnership with Uber to serve everyone earning on the Uber platform, many of whom frequently send money back home to friends and family, said Alex Holmes, the CEO of MoneyGram. Our companies have significant overlap in the populations we serve, and drivers know and love the MoneyGram brand. In fact, this partnership is a direct result of customer feedback, and we're proud to provide drivers with global access to our global platform during this challenging season brought about by the beer flu pandemic. So it's eligible for all Uber drivers located in the United States, Canada, Australia, and the United Kingdom as of now. These are the types of people that really do need to benefit from fast and efficient and affordable cross-border money transfer services. You got to think to yourself, especially in major cities, Uber drivers are the ones who are more likely immigrants coming to the country looking to start off doing something that is very, very easy. Make cash now, make cash virtually instantly. All you need is a driver's license and they do a background check. The background check is very different, I'm assuming, among different countries. Nevertheless, it is one of those types of employment that you don't really need to even speak the language, to be honest. So these are the types of people that this partnership is trying to help. Kudos to MoneyGram, kudos to Uber for that. And did you guys actually, I'm just going to go back here for a quick second. Did you see the MoneyGram stock after that announcement? So this was announced yesterday and we saw MoneyGram stock. It was already on an upwards trajectory. But now right up here, trading at about $2.12. Back up in this demand zone after it had plummeted. Oh yeah, look at this. This was the projection I made back in September 2019, and I thought, oh, we could see it dip here and come back, dip here and come back, but most likely it will come back down here. I wish I could go back to that video and show you guys what I had said, but I do remember thinking, you know what, this was a prime opportunity to buy. And of course, this was the prime opportunity to buy, and then the pandemic hit, and sure enough, the stock plummeted even further down. We would not have known this, though. I would have bought here and been very, very happy with my decision. And now, look, the price is hovering around the same amount, about $2.12 right now. Anyway, I'm going to keep moving along here. So I saw this on Twitter, Lee SPQR. Who remembers this document? And so it's a document just outlining global payments today and how it is very cumbersome, how it's complicated to actually send global payments versus global payments with Ripple, and how this diagram shows for companies like Amazon, Uber, and Seagate how quickly and easily they can pay people in the countries they operate in. RippleNet utilizing XRP for ODL is going to be most important for companies like Uber and Amazon and Seagate, those companies that do business in so many different countries that need to have different payment channels to pay people in their respective countries in their respective currencies. And you just need that one backbone cryptocurrency to do it. So thanks so much, Lee SPQR on Twitter, for sharing that, reminding us of that document here. I got Matthew LINY, Ghana government launches digital platforms for business transactions. So this talking about it here, the government has launched 3 policy initiatives designed to deepen financial inclusion and accelerate digital payments. The policies, which are the National Financial Inclusion and Development Strategy, the Digital Financial Services Policy, and Cashlight Roadmap, are in line with the government's vision of building a payment system that accelerates economic development. So down here, it lists some of the initiative partners, digital business transaction. Guys, I'll link this article in the description. Matthew LANY here points this out, though, from the article. Diverse economic, financial, and public policy factors are driving the transformation of payment systems in Ghana. Partnerships between financial institutions and fintech firms are now providing innovative financial services to the public in response to increasing demand for digital payment products. Payment systems development can also be attributed to the ongoing efforts by the Ghanaian government and BOG to promote digital payments as an alternative to cash, as well as consumer demand for fast, convenient, and efficient payments. And down here, these recent developments are changing the payments landscape in Ghana. And then a snapshot, just not going to read it all, guys, but a snapshot of Ghana's financial market infrastructure, which includes real-time gross settlement systems, check code line clearing systems, Ghana automated clearinghouse systems, and a few others down here, guys. Again, I'll link this tweet in the description. Not mentioned by name, but an XRP-enabled ecosystem was certainly built for this kind of problem solving. And I have a feeling we are going to see more and more African countries specifically being onboarded to RippleNet in the coming years. Guys, I saw this. Ripple users can now delete accounts via Ripple's Xumm. So there was some talk about being able to delete your XRP account if you want to retrieve that 20 XRP that you have on your ledger. One day when XRP reaches 589, you don't want 20 XRP just sitting on a ledger somewhere. So now users can actually delete Ripple accounts via the Xumm app. The Deletable Accounts Amendment enabled XRP account deletion, allowing for users to recoup some of the 20 XRP activation reserve. So Vits Vind announcing that with the new version of 0.5.0. And guys, if you haven't downloaded Xumm, it is available, and they're always tweaking it, so there are always new updates that go along with it. James Rule XRP mentioning, thank you, Vits Vin and Nixer FFM works perfectly. Deletable accounts through Xumm 0.5.0. So clearly James has already tested it out, and it does indeed function. Brad Garlinghouse also coming out and stating this, guys. So I saw this originally from the Daily Hodl. We are going to get to the tweet in a second. Ripple chief defends regulation of XRP and crypto assets, warns China's digital currency challenging the US. So I don't know if you guys know how important it is for the United States to not fall behind. Okay, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says the US is at risk of falling behind China in the race to launch a robust digital economy given such rapid advancements in payment technologies. In a series of tweets, Garlinghouse says policymakers in the US need to step it up to compete. The United States is the #1 economy in the world, but that might not be the case in the coming years. So this from Brad Garlinghouse. Here are the tweets. US regulators, now is the time to step up and lean into digital currencies. Remaining complacent is actually setting us back, while China's grip on both crypto and fiat payments becomes stronger. He links this article here. Yes, Brad Garlinghouse. Could China's digital currency unseat the dollar? And I will link it in the description for you guys if you want to read that. This piece nails it, Brad Garlinghouse says. One caveat: public digital assets like XRP are not exempt from the US dollar or global financial oversight. Actually, the opposite. Responsible players who use these assets want to work with regulators, not against them. So a call for action. In order for the US to be able to play ball, to be able to play on that same level playing field as China, we need something to compete. One item in our arsenal: a fast and efficient digital currency that would make trading a lot more seamless, a lot easier. And what is number one always on businesses' minds? Money, money, money. So to be able to have that affordable way to send payments back and forth is going to be a real game changer for so many different industries in the United States of America and worldwide, ultimately. But if we can't get the crypto regulations straight, we are going to be playing a game. It's like, when you play, football or hockey or a game that uses equipment. And you look 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, the type of equipment that those players were using, and now you look today and how much more advanced the equipment is. Well, it's kind of like somebody playing a game, one team wearing current equipment and the other team wearing equipment from the 1950s. Just based on equipment alone, even if both teams are about equal in strength, the team obviously using the better equipment are more likely to win. So this is something that we really do have to take into consideration. And Brad Garlinghouse, this isn't the first time he said it. And when Brad says something on Twitter, I find it has meaning, it has clout. He doesn't tend to go on Twitter willy-nilly just to kind of rant about the ramblings of his life. So guys, this reminded me of this. I saw this documentary last night, and it's on Netflix, and it's History 101. Every episode outlines a specific topic. And I'm on episode number 4 now, but last night I watched number 3, The Rise of China. In the 21st century, China has become a global economic powerhouse. Why was the rest of the world so slow to notice its rise to the top? And guys, this really outlines, and it's a very takeaway. It's got a lot of infographics. It's very easy to digest. It's, to some degree, very surface level. It doesn't really get into the nitty gritty. They're only 22 minutes long, but it really does paint a telling picture of China's rise, how it rose to the top, the political implications fueling that, resources, the population. So it was interesting to watch. Again, only 22 minutes long, but a good watch if you're interested in global policy, trade, the United States, China, economy, money, moving money, cryptocurrencies, all that kind of stuff kind of all ties together. And yeah, it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix show. So yeah, watch it, because here's what's happening in China. Crypto Wolf on Twitter posted this at XRP. Crypto Wolf: Chinese internet giant Tencent is looking to heavily invest $70 billion in new technologies. And this is the kind of thing Brad's talking about. We are seeing the Chinese government continuing to integrate, continuing to want to improve, continuing to want to invest in these latest technologies so they can have the upper hand. So Chinese internet giant Tencent is looking to invest heavily in new technologies like blockchain as it looks to move past the effects of the beer flu pandemic. The creator of popular messaging service WeChat, Tencent, is investing 500 billion yuan, which is about $70 billion, into new infrastructure based on emerging technologies over the next 5 years, as reported by Reuters. In an interview with the state media Tuesday, Dawson Tong, Tencent's senior executive vice president, confirmed the company had also earmarked investment for sectors such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. It isn't clear how much of the $70 billion Tencent will ultimately set aside for blockchain, nor has it elaborated on what specifically it will be investing in. But blockchain technology can be used for many different things. Again, this is just an example of the kinds of things China is doing. And guys, Tencent and Ripple, back in February 2019, there were talks about Tencent and Ripple. Ripple has made their way into China. Tencent is pledging $2 billion to integrate Ripple technologies on its WeChat and social media platforms in a bid to compete against Alibaba and Amazon payments. I don't know if this was just rumored or if this actually did happen, if this did pan out. If it did, though, Tencent and the Ripple connection would certainly be a powerful one in China. Gonna keep moving along here, guys. Another one from XRP Crypto Wolf. IMF senior officials said private companies can boost central bank digital currencies. So, a senior figure at the International Monetary Fund believes a digital currency backed by a central bank would open the doors to much greater innovation in retail payments. And again, I'm trying to clump all the themed articles together because this is important. We've already heard of China wanting to launch their CBDC and how that could have implications on their economy and, of course, indirectly the rest of the world's economies. So the IMF's Deputy Division Chief in the Monetary and Capital Markets Department said synthetic CBDCs, digital currencies backed by the liabilities of the central banks but issued with the aid of a private entity, could provide citizens with a reliable means of payment that simultaneously leverages some of the key competitive advantages of the private sector. A synthetic CBDC, as outlined by Mancini Grifoli, is pretty much a public-private partnership. The idea is a licensed e-money provider stores client funds in a central bank and in return receives a central bank liability they can package however they see fit into a publicly tradable stablecoin that remains fully backed by central bank reserves. And they're saying that this will spur on more innovation, or at least allow the governments of the world to relax their notions on cryptocurrency adoption and hopefully push towards more cryptocurrency adoption, the same kind of idea as what Brad is stating in this tweet to regulators. All right, guys, it's time. Let's move it. Let's move it. We don't want to be left behind. He's kind of acting as a motivator for the government at this point. Government, you want the economy to be robust. We cannot be left behind. So more CBDC integration throughout the world would definitely help Ripple's bottom line, definitely. Not that you need CBDCs to be running on RippleNet. Of course, since we know RippleNet is interoperable, you can source all kinds of different fiats, cryptocurrencies via XRP using ODL. That part's not the issue. It's more about the cryptocurrency advancements and psychologically what's going on in the brains of government with regards to cryptocurrency. I think we're past the idea that they're seeing cryptocurrency as this negative thing that criminals use, but now it's about not painting them all with the same brush, carefully calculating what rules need to be applied to which cryptocurrencies. But yeah, I concur with this. I do agree private firms can boost central bank digital currencies, and inevitably this will be a partnership between the private and public sectors. Another one here, guys, from Crypto Wolf. XRP can play a vital role as a bridge between CBDCs where one country's currency can be converted to XRP, then converted to another country's currency in a matter of seconds without the need of holding XRP. This is a direct quote from the National Digital Asset Exchange NDAX CEO. So, are the fates of Ripple, IMF, and central banks intertwined? This is the question we have to ask ourselves. So this article talks a little bit about everything. It talks about CBDCs. It talks about the Chinese expedition. It goes back, made in China, how the Chinese are using a CBDC, how they're currently working towards that. And then it goes into a subtopic entitled Troubled Times for Ripple ? So now they're postulating this whole idea that could Ripple be in trouble? And we've heard this FUD before. And at first when I started reading this, I was like, is this FUD? I mean, are they really bringing this up again? So their argument is if CBDCs emerge in different parts of the world, with one of its main value propositions being disrupting the legacy cross-border remittance sector, it would make Ripple's tech largely redundant as banks will always go for the option that has already been approved by the government. Further, let's not forget that the blockchain company is already facing an ongoing lawsuit. So their 2 points are that you wouldn't need XRP because CBDCs, you can trade with CBDCs anyway, which we already know is a problem because of Nostro and Vostro accounts. You do need to source the liquidity. You do need to have that trusted intermediary to be able to do the exchange quickly and efficiently. Okay, so having a CBDC is essentially ones and zeros. What we do now is essentially ones and zeros. We're not actually sending money, physical money across borders. We're doing it electronically. Then they talk about the ongoing lawsuit, which, I mean, whatever about that. That's just kind of ridiculous. But then they go on, and I don't see this often. They start with this fuddy kind of argument, but then they go on and they mention this. This article from A&B Crypto, I got to give them kudos. Despite this, what has caught the attention of many was XRP being labeled as a supranational currency in an official document that discussed the digital fiat currency. What's even more baffling was that Bitcoin was just labeled as a cryptocurrency. So now they're insinuating supranational currency or super currency is a hypothetical global currency that would be backed by the basket of reserve currencies at the IMF. The idea is to form a basis of a new global monetary system and replace the US dollar system. While the idea of this currency was part of the Keynes plan, it has gained traction again during the beer flu pandemic, and also the fact that China's DCEP neared its readiness for mass use. However, Ripple could be way ahead of all this. Its connection with the IMF and central banks needs no introduction. Even the blockchain firm's Swell Conference witnessed the participation of Raghuram Rajan, the former governor of the Reserve Bank of India and chief economist for the International Monetary Fund. So they're talking up Ripple's connections and insinuating that XRP could be that supranational currency. And of course, no one's going to admit it to us. Interestingly, at the event, Rajan had dismissed the idea of XRP becoming the global currency. However, Ripple's tryst with central banks goes back all the way to 2017 when it announced gathering over 24 of them from around the world to explore its technology at the Central Bank Summit on Blockchain, which started with a presentation by the International Monetary Fund on fintech's potential to change market structure, opening new possibilities in payment. And so the narrative has always been, and it even says down here, Brad Garlinghouse was saying that we don't want to replace the US dollar, we want to complement it. They've always been vocal about wanting to complement the US dollar rather than replacing it. That's just one example. This guy up here, Rajan, dismissing the idea of XRP becoming a global currency. That has been within recent years. But guys, I got to remind you what, so I Am Legion posts this, and I got to remind you about this. This is a Sam I Am video from, I believe, 2 years ago now, 2018. Finding this old document here, and I had to bring it back up because this is really telling, in my opinion. Now, this was back from September 2016, so 4 years ago now. Brought to you by the World Bank. This is from worldbank.org, their official website. I will link it in the description if you want to read the full thing. Digital fiat currencies, DCFs. So they're talking about DCFs, okay? So here they're saying what it is and what it is not. And they claim it is not cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, private digital currency like Citicoin or Settlecoin, or a supranational currency like Ripple XRP. Again, guys, remember the relationships between organizations like Ripple, the World Bank, the IMF, all those guys run deep. This was from 2016 when there were very, very few people talking about XRP. And here the World Bank's own document labels XRP a supranational currency. Again, I got to give credit to Sam I Am. He did cover this 2 years ago, but I thought it was important to bring up. We're seeing China accelerate their economy like never before, pouring money into blockchain. Watch that documentary on Netflix. It's episode number 3 of the show History 101. Their rise to power has been silently happening in the background. We've got Brad Garlinghouse, a call to action on U.S. regulators. And when Brad takes to Twitter, he means it. He's not just posting photos of his gorgeous lunch. So how will this all culminate? In a pandemic, will the US government eventually jump on board? Will they accelerate talks to regulate cryptocurrency? We've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and a supranational currency is XRP in the wings to be this. Could this have been a slip up by the World Bank 4 years ago when nobody was even talking about XRP? Because let's not forget, in September 2016, sure, there was a bull run for Bitcoin. It was making waves. Let me just bring you here for a quick second. September 2016 brings us here and brings us around here. Okay, so Bitcoin, yes, saw an uptick. We were still fairly far away from what had happened next. And guys, let me remind you, XRP in 2016, September 2016, nobody was really talking about it. All the way down, no, I don't even have, there's December. So it was trading under a cent. I don't have it on this chart here, but 2016, XRP was insignificant, at least in the mainstream crypto narrative. Is it a matter of flipping the switch once governments all agree? And will XRP be a game changer for the United States to maintain its relevancy on the global stage? Definitely something to think about, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.